All right, so this is Skullmonkeys. Beautiful claymation game here. First thing we're gonna do, we're gonna grab that halo there. This game does run on a one-hit kill system, so we definitely want to grab that halo. We need that extra bit of little extra bit of help here, just to see us through, especially in this first world. Took that kind of slow there, but we're just gonna try to run past as many of these enemies as possible. So you'll notice, like a lot of other platformers, there are these clay balls you collect. 100 of them gives you an extra life, but they didn't program this all that well. So the first one's going to cost us 100 clay balls. The next, every one after that will be 99, because once the game leaves 0, it doesn't go back to 1, or it doesn't go back to 0. Excuse me, it just goes right back to 1. So we get some discounted extra lives here to play with. So leaving the first stage there, we took the red portal out. It's the only time we're going to do that in the run. It's the only time where the red portal gives you a shorter path forward. The second stage is normally a pretty long platforming sequence, whereas that one's a quick trip through a shortcut. Avoid our robot friends here. Holding on to this halo because we are going to damage skip through a couple of those guys later on in the stage here. There we go. There we go. All right, so that's the Science Center down. First stage done. We move on to the Monkey Shrines. We skip a cutscene here. Right now, there's only 2 categories for this game. It's any percent and cutscene percent, because I wanted a joke category for cutscenes. If you haven't watched the cutscenes in this game, go back and watch them. They're fantastic. So we get a quick first exit here. That guy's going to give us a path out through the top exit here. We're going to get through the next stage and we'll get our first boss. Also, shout outs to everybody watching in Twitch chat. How you doing? I do have chat open, so I can see your questions, any comments you guys have. We'll have some fun with this, you know? All right. Hardest part of the stage is over there, just getting past the firecracker guy. Our first boss, the Shiny Guard. Relatively quick fight here. Get him once. Get him twice. And 3 times a chunk. Cool. First boss down, pretty easy. Not the best boss in the game. That'll be coming up a little bit later on. But we move on to our first difficult stage here, Hard Boiler. Gives us a new mechanic. It's called Gravity. Who'd have guessed gravity was finally a thing? Because this is the first stage that we can actually fall to our deaths on, and there will be a lot of that going on during this game. I'm not going to try that. There's a slight portion of that platform I could have landed on safely. I miss it more often than I hit it. So you'll notice that maybe I'm not paying attention to picking up the extra halos. You can only carry 1 halo at a time. It's not like a stored life system, kind of like what Crash Bandicoot has, where you get 2 masks, so it gives you 2 hits of invincibility. No. Pick up that extra halo, they give you 5 clay balls. So, game is not very forgiving on the bonus hits aspect of everything. Second part of Hard Boiler. We'll see our first, get our first look at some big pillars of fire that I'm gonna have to not run into. All right, there we go. Dodge that. Grab those checkpoints. Mod birds are absolutely the most wholesome thing in this run. Run past all of those. There we go. Moving to Hardboiler 3 here. We're collecting weapons and stuff just because we're going to need a lot of ammunition moving forward. I'll be picking up a lot of ammo in the next world, Snow, to use on the next boss fight. It's very important that I have as much ammo as possible going forward. There's going to be a lot of stuff I'm going to want to get out of the way that standard platforming won't quite get me past. Alright. So this game also has some fun physics to it, whereas anytime you're on a moving platform and you jump off of it, you maintain your momentum is actually affected by the platform's momentum. And we'll see that coming up here in this stage. You're going to see me get some extra height on some jumps here. Like that. Normally, you wouldn't be able to make that jump, but we use the upward momentum of the platform and we get a little extra height there. But that goes multiple ways. If you're moving on a platform that's moving backwards, you're going to not be able to jump as far forward. Platform moving forward, you're going to launch yourself forward. And a platform moving down, it's going to eat all of your upward momentum. All right, good. I didn't miss this cycle. I missed that cycle, though. That's a shame. Gotta wait on the next one. There we go. That's how you do it. And we do miss that cycle, unfortunately. There we go. So we're almost on Hardboiler. We did it without dying, which is always a plus. I spoke too soon. I hit a gap. That's never happened before moment. I've never hit that gap. I didn't know that gap was a thing. That's... Oh my gosh. Really? Alright, falling apart. You have to hit that platform as soon as you spawn. You ever want to see the wheels fall off a bus? That's the wheels falling off the bus right there. Taking that safely. Apparently I can't hit that jump today. There we go. All right. So after some minor inconveniences on Hardboiler, we move on. Skip the cutscene and we get into Snow, some of my favorite music in the game. I'm going to pick up a lot of ammunition coming up here. We're going to get our first look at our boy Slappy the hamster here. He's going to save us some trouble in killing some enemies. Or I'm going to fall again. What is... Alright, try this again. Slappy is going to save us some trouble in dealing with some enemies. Alright, so now we move on to the easiest stage of the game. It's loaded with enemies. Tons of ammo, lots of enemies, and we don't have to worry about a single one of them because we're going to run underneath every last one of them until the very end. Look at all that. Oh, had to jump. Alright. If I had died there, we had a problem. All sorts of problems would be had if I had died on that stage. Now we move on to an actual difficult stage. This is what I call the climb. Tons of vertical platforming. Tons of time loss if you fall. And timed platforms. Because every game needs timed platforms. There we go. All right. That's a hard segment done. Not just the other hard segment. There we go. Oh, I missed that one. I went through that timed platform. That was something else. Really? This game is deciding today is the day that it wants to show me all of the different ways that it doesn't want me to succeed. Alright, we have to wait there a second just to let the exit portal spawn, otherwise it doesn't never shows up. Have to let the camera pan up. I could just be jumping into air for nothing. Alright, Skullmonkeys brand hot dogs. Don't ask me what that is floating through the pipes, because I don't want to know, and neither do you. But this is going to get us to our second boss of the game, and it is by far the greatest boss in video game history. Hands down, bar none, there is no debate to be had. And you'll understand when you see him. But other than that, a lot of this is just some auto-scrolling, because we all love ourselves some auto-scrollers. There we go, we'll actually wait for that one. Hopefully you guys are doing well back there. Yeah, there you go. I got a little bit of hype. I'll take any little bit of hype right now. There we go. Good. They've got the jack stand out. They're putting the wheels back on the bus. One step at a time. I see the quillfishes in chat. There you go. Thank you very much. Alright, so we need this platform because we're going to go ahead and get underneath that cable. We're going to skip that halo here. We don't actually need it because there will be one waiting for us in the next stage. Get a nice little cycle skip there. Moving on. So this one is kind of about staying ahead of the cycle. Go. Perfect. That's exactly where I want those guys to be lined up. Grab the halo. All right. So now we are going to we're going to use this halo here for an upcoming cycle skip, but we want to hit that right there. Saves us the trouble of waiting on that cycle, and we get right onto these twin platforms here. There we go, underneath that. Oh, I went a little early. We actually do have to wait on this one. All right. This is fine. We're good. Yeah, so you see how important that first cycle is there, just to skip that. There we go. All right, we get that platform. We're going to get another one of the claw launcher guys. next platform comes up, we should be right back on pace there. There we go. All right. So we got back some of what we lost there. Once we get out of this, we get to our next boss fight. Really? My cycles are all screwed up now, just because of the nonsense. I'm gonna get that guy out of the way. I don't feel like messing around with him. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I introduce you to Jowhead Joe. Greatest boss fight in all of history. And goodbye, Jowhead Joe. You're already out of here. So I held on to all those bullets because if you don't have ammunition, it takes 5 hits to kill him, and every hit is a very lengthy cycle of him throwing attacks at you. But we don't have time for that. All right, we move into Elevated Structure of Terror. And if you weren't sure about the title of the stage, the music in section 3 of the stage will remind you what it's called. They will repeatedly sing Elevated Structure of Terror. It's fantastic. But back there we picked up another weapon we're going to use later on in the game. It's called the Universe Enema. Fantastic name. Better effect, it's going to clear the entire screen of enemies. So we'll be using that much later on in a section where we are swarmed with enemies on the screen. Past all those. There we go. Grab another Universe Enema. There we go. All right. So far, so good on Elevated Structure of Terror. That's usually the harder stage. This one, knock on wood, also pretty hard still. All right. I didn't screw that up, so that's a good start to the stage. That guy did, in fact, skin himself to try to kill me. Weird flex, but okay. There we go. All right. I can now safely say Elevated Structure of Terror didn't go wrong. Now we move on to the first honestly difficult stage of the game. This is YNT Death Garden. YNT Death Garden is going to be our first stage with first world with 5 stages to it. It introduces us to our little mantis friends, the Ints, the YNTs. It gives us the Glidey Bird. So Glidey Bird's going to be fun. We're going to float our way through this stage, hopefully avoid all the spiky guys, and have ourselves a good time, hopefully. So the key thing is you maintain your maximum forward momentum as long as you don't get hit. If you get hit while you have a halo and are on the Glidey Bird, you lose a lot of forward momentum. So you'll see me actually honestly try to avoid getting hit as much as possible when I have a halo, just to avoid losing that forward momentum. That was almost bad. I was trying to get to the platform on the other side of him, but he pathed back into my way. Yay. A lot of the mantis guys are a pain, and I don't like messing with them. So short hops to get underneath that guy. There we go. Shoot the gap through there. Pick up the halo. So we got to go under this guy as well. There's the loss of momentum. So we went back. We got the. We hit the platform again, so that way we would carry our momentum. If you are gliding and you get the underside of one of those mobber checkpoints, you do actually get popped back up onto the platform. So every now and then I will use that if I kind of hit the gap a little short. There we go. We're going to shoot those guys out of the way. All right, we're going to wait for these guys to cycle around to the top. Gives us plenty of room to get by them. Timed platforms with the glidey bird. Requires a little finesse, but otherwise, go through the stage no problem. It's 2 of 5 down. Could pick up that extra life if I wanted to. I'll probably pick up some extra lives later on just to play it safe. Because if I do, that introduces us to our friend, the Super Willy. He was our loading screen, or our title screen when we first started. He makes everything better. Willy is our friend, never our enemy. So if anybody's been kind of curious about the art style of this game, this is a game from the creator of Earthworm Jim, Doug Tenapel. The second of 3 games in the Neverhood Chronicles. The third one being pretty much unrelated. Nobody talks about the third game. The first one was a point-and-click adventure game. But when this came out in the 90s, everybody was all about those Crash Bandicoot platformers. And that's what we got. We got to go underneath. I knew better than that. There we go. All right. 3/5 of the way through this. We get into a couple of easier stages after this. I'm always just like, listen, if I can make it through Death Gardens, I can actually finish the game, so that's always good. Anything to get us to our next boss fight, honestly. Yeah. All right. I tried to fall through a gap there. It didn't quite work out. There we go. Grabbing every checkpoint now because I'm like, I don't trust half my jumps right now. There we go. So like, yeah, that was another situation where like, even with another Halo sitting right there, I don't want to take that hit. It's just the loss of momentum. Just not only is it like it's slow, it's a feels bad moment. You just don't want to see it. Almost done Death Gardens. This is literally the part of the run where I'm just like, we're almost there. We can actually start playing the game soon. Thought I short hopped that. I'm so glad I didn't. Yep, there we go. So I kind of wanted to hold on to that Halo just because there is a very tight window coming up that I don't like having to rely on hitting. But unfortunately that did not pan out, so we are going to have to hit this window. Most time platforms, get past those. Checkpoint out in the middle of nowhere. All right. So it's a couple of enemies here, but I don't have a way of hitting them. There we go. All right. See, if you leave at the right time, you don't have any problems with that jump. There we go. We are through YNT Death Gardens. I'm breathing a sigh of relief. We move on to YNT Mines. And we get to start this out with a nice little shortcut. Thanks, shortcut. There we go. And then I died. Fantastic. All right. Good news, though. We get to see it again, and it's still faster than taking the long way. So that was an instance of the platform momentum coming back to challenge me. I threw myself directly upward into the spikes because I gained a ton of height from that jump. There we go. So all the stages in this world are pretty fast. There we go. We want the underside of this so we can have the top platforms for that, for a nice quick exit. All right, Mines 3. Looks the same as the first one. This is all about making your jumps count. So you need to use the momentum to... All right, there we go. That's why they give you halos there. And there we go. Okay, Mines is done. So we're going to move into YNT Weeds, and this is where we are going to need the universe enema for. This first stage, though, is your... this is your one... this is what I would guess would be your permadeath stage. There are no checkpoints on this stage. So if you die, you go back to the start. I don't want that. You don't want that. Too Many Games doesn't want that. RGB doesn't want that. We'll grab the Super Willy. We're going to use that. Actually, I'm doing pretty well on lives. I may not need that. Super Willy just takes a few seconds to do his thing, so it's a question of do I really want to spend a few seconds when I've thrown so many seconds away already. Alright, now we're in the rain. The rain has absolutely no effect on physics whatsoever. It just looks pretty, so I guess enjoy. So we only get to see those weird blue teleporters on this world, no other time. So the way I just took that jump, I don't normally take. And I have no idea why I took it, but it worked, so I guess calculated? Yeah, I meant, you know, I did that on purpose, right? Like, I love these guys rotating around the platforms, just trying to be as much of a hassle as possible. All right, YNT Weeds, stage 2, done. All right. Hey, a checkpoint, look at that. Good thing I had that checkpoint, because I just definitely had a momentary lapse of judgment. So these guys rotating in sets of 4. There we go. There's Super Willy. He's going to pick up all the items on the screen for us. We're just going to get a ton of lives out of that, because there's 3 of them sitting there for us to collect. So those ones we can deal with pretty well. I want more of those bullets, because we're going to need them coming up. So here's what we grabbed the universe enemas for. We're going to get everything off the screen. And it's so nice, in fact, I think we'll do it twice. And now one of the harder jumps in the game. There we go. So you have to have some sort of forward momentum, like running momentum to get into that portal. It's easy to undershoot the portal and fall into the gap. So you have to double back to get into the portal. It's a nightmare. YNT Eggs, final stage of the YNT stages. If you hated the rope climb in gym class, this is not the stage for you. A lot of short hops to get through there. There we go. And we're going to just go ahead and free fall. There we go. I don't feel like trying to avoid that guy, so we're just going to do that. And back to gym class we go. Now, if your gym teacher made you switch ropes midway through your rope climb, I'm sorry. That I don't know what school you went to, but that must have been a bad time. There we go. Take the fall there. All right. Get this free life right here. Thanks for the gift, friend. Wait on these guys rotating around here. Ate my jump input. That makes me a sad mizzle. Alright. So we're going to jump out here again. So the next one you're going to see of those we're not going to be jumping out of. There is a man waiting for us at the bottom of the platform, and it is hard to tell where he's at. We're going to steal this extra life from this guy. Play around with some hitboxes there. There we go. Missed the first shot, but that's why we bring tons of ammo into this stage. It's a tight jump there. We barely get the bottom of the vine there. All right. Get this guy. His friend and his friend after him. Playing it extra safe with this extra ammo. All right, so we do have to wait on these guys a little bit. Move out of the way. Thank you. You move. Thank you. Hello, friend. Goodbye, friend. All right. Stage 2 down. 2 more stages. We get to our next boss, Glen Intis. He's a very large one of them. So I only picked up one of those Phoenix hands. You can only carry a max of 7 of them. So kind of doesn't matter if I pick the other one up. There we go, sneak underneath him. And here we're actually going to climb because I want that halo right there. Thank you, friends. Your generosity will not go unappreciated. Shoot that guy point blank. Oh, forgot he doesn't go down low enough. Okay, there we go. Move on to the final stage of YNT Eggs. If you know, if you ever hoped that maybe they wouldn't save the hardest stage for last, no. They're not forgiving like that. So this guy here, I could kill him, but he's my guide for making sure I jump at the right time. Otherwise, I miss that platform because I always mistime that jump. All right, get him out of my way. There we go. Take another big fall here. So this guy on the right-hand platform, we actually need to be on the left side of the platform. He can actually reach you from his platform if you're on the far right side of yours. I've learned that the hard way too many times. All right, there we go. So we're going to win on that one. Once again, wait for that guy to come back. We're almost there. Yes. Grindintus, let's go. So this fight, it's all cyclical. He'll pick random spots to clap his claw at. We got to shoot his feet and get him to open up. So what we typically want is, we don't care where the first two claps go. We just don't want the last one to be at the bottom because then we can get right on top of him. 3, 4, 5, perfect. There we go. Grindintus down. Nice, easy fight. None of the bosses in this game are particularly hard, thankfully. They saved that for the stages. So now we move on to a national monument. Everybody, salute Monk Rushmore. Do it with the left hand because it's oddball. We get introduced to our little helicopter friends here. They appear seemingly out of nowhere if you're not paying attention. And we get more of the flappy guys from Hard Boiler. They've decided to come back and hang out with us too. I always seem to hit one of these guys at the worst possible time. This is definitely one of those situations you want the brown portal, never the red one. Taking the red portal, not only is the red portal stage slower, it then gives you an additional stage on top of that. So red portal gives you 2 whole stages for the price of 1. All right, there we go. Friendly buzz reminding me, hey, you cannot Phoenix hand in midair. Final stage of Monk Rushmore. More of these flappy guys. I hope you like the flappy guys. They are everywhere. And pick up as many Phoenix hands as possible just to get as many of the propeller heads out of my way as possible. There we go. I had to do a double take. I thought that guy was there. Big jump. There we go. Another big jump. There we go. All right. Pretty good Monk Rushmore. And we move on to Sorehead. Get a nice close-up of Clayman here. Hello, Clayman. This stage, we're going down. There we go. Just get to the right-hand wall. Hope you guys are doing well back there. How are you? Come on. Gravity doesn't quite work fast enough for us. There we go. We only have to do that 2 more times. So this one's a little more complex. Because we can't go all the way to the right immediately. There we go. That was it. All right. We have that torch on the right-hand wall there. All right. Third stage, we can go to the right almost immediately. We do have to maneuver through a few things. Like that. And now we go to the right. I'm actually happy. That's the fastest I've gone to the right there. Like, that felt really crisp. That was good. And that time we actually have to use one of the monkey friends to get us into the portal. Otherwise, we can't quite reach it from running height. Unfortunate. All right. So, this is the easiest stage that gives me the most trouble. This is Shards. If you liked the title screen music, I hope you did. You're going to hear a lot of it because that's the song for the stage. Now our hamster friend is going to come into play later on. We're going to use him to get that out of the way. But we're going to pick up another one because he times out there right here that I want to carry at least one. We'll pick up another one. No, actually, we won't pick up another one. It's just got to be good. Oh, Lord. We have to rely on me being good. We're in trouble. No, we did get another one. I lied. Good, I'm a liar. Okay, now we don't get another chance at it. One. Okay, it's fine. We got one of them. Those guys are a nuisance. They move so fast. But there we go. Okay. Stage 1 down. Another three-stage world here. There's going to be a halo that I want to pick up later on. There we go. We'll get that guy out of our way. If you couldn't tell, those purple stalagmites will kill you. They are just as sharp as they look. There's the halo we want. That's the halo we wanted. It's not necessary, but it would have been nice to keep that. I somehow short-hopped that that jump, which is a little disappointing, but... Really? It ate my full jump. Man. There we go. That's what I wanted the halo for, because then we could have just taken the hit and just jumped out of the pit. All right, momentum physics at work. A little too much. There we go. Go get past those guys. Couple more moving platforms and then we're done. All right, there we go. Yeah, launched like a cannonball might be an understatement. All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, I know the monitor up here is a little dim, so this is going to be very dark. Do not adjust your sets at home. You cannot see Clayman. Welcome to Castle de los Muertos, where only Clayman's silhouette is showing for much of the stage. This has one of the best songs on the soundtrack. Do not play this game on an empty stomach. This track will make you very hungry. Because, especially if you like spicy food. So we got our little spear friends here. They are, they're always there, ready to show you what for, but we're not playing games with them today. One might say that there's in fact been too many games. Huh? I'll be here all week. There we go. All right, stage 1 done. This world's going to take us to our next boss, the Monkey Mage, and we are going to get our first. We're going to do the first of 2 very small death abuses to skip boss death animations. Those flaming skulls are very, very weird. Their hitboxes are a lot larger than they appear to be. So, you take no chances with them. So I gotta be very careful here because there's no checkpoints from here to the end of the stage. There we go. Okay. Stage 3. This one's a little bit of a breather for us, so we get to actually take a moment and reflect. Well, y'all can take a moment to reflect. I gotta hit these jumps. And he'll start singing about food. Almost missed that platform. How do I do that? Alright. Coming up, final stage of Castle de los Muertos. More flaming skull guys. We're going to wait on this one. All right, on the Monkey Mage. This is the one of the. It's between him and the final boss, of who's the longest, but none of them are all that hard. So if you don't hit him, he destroys whatever platform you were standing on. That's all right. We're gonna lose that halo anyway, so. 3 hits, 5 total hits to kill him. And then we are going to fall there. So his death animation, he spins in the back of the room for like several seconds. We don't want to deal with that. So anyway, let me ask you folks, who likes auto-scrollers? Anybody? Well, too bad. Here's an auto-scroller. This is a bonus stage pretty much. The incredible drive you run. The hardest part of the stage is not picking up all of the bonus stage icons. Because if you do, you are forced to do the bonus stage. Therefore, practically doubling the entire duration of the stage. none of the jumps are really all that hard. You just breeze through, you know? Pick up some extra lives. This stage gets you... Okay, by the way, we have now officially made it. We did not pick up that relic, or the swirly cue for the bonus stage. We're fine. That one there is actually the hardest jump. It's easy to short hop that. All right, there we go. Incredible driving run. Done and dusted. Now we move on to the next last world, Worm Graveyard. The most annoying song in the game. Lord help me. But they give you all those lives to prepare you for the nightmare fuel that is the final 2 stages of this game. Worm Graveyard and Evil Engine number 9. All you have to do is listen to that song and you understand why I hate it so much. All right. 1 down, 2 to go. Then after this stage, we get the final boss of the game. And then after the final boss of the game, we get the final stage of the game. Because that makes sense, right? There we go. Alrighty, there we go. Clear all of those, all of those. There we go. One more stage, final boss, final world, and then we are done. You really have to jump out to that one. The best platform in the game is coming up here. And I say it's the best platform because it's informative. It tells you which side of the platform you're supposed to be jumping on. There we go. All right. Move on to the final boss. Kill him, then go into the final world, and hopefully not ruin everything. So this guy's on cycles. Don't miss a cycle. It is horrendously slow for him to just throw the next clay ball down to you. How did... Okay, it's fine. That's an okay time for that to happen. I thought I was clear of him. Longest cycle of the fight here. This is the one you absolutely cannot afford to miss. As I proceed to almost miss it. Go drop 3 there, go to the other side, drop a couple. There we go. And skip the rest of his death animation there. All right, final stage, final world of the game, Evil Engine number 9. I'm probably not going to talk a lot during this. Just once I get the overall description of how the stage works done. So the camera is very far out here. There are timed platforms in this stage. These ones there activate the hologram platforms, and I somehow missed the platform. All right, so they activate the hologram platforms. Those holograms start a timer as soon as you get off of the platform. How did I do that twice now? I'm actually kind of bothered by that. Alright, who'd have thought a stationary platform would have been the hardest thing I do all day? Apparently it was. I could have made that. That's a shame. Yeah, so as soon as you leave those platforms, the timer starts. A few of the windows are very, very, very tight. So we're at the part where I'm probably not going to say too much here, so bear with me. Best of luck to you and yours. So. This one I've started calling Stairway to Heaven because, yeah. Oh. Game's got it out for me today. My apologies, guys. Yeah, every now and then the Phoenix Hands do that. They just decide they don't want to fight. All right, 2 down, 3 to go. We're almost there. Okay. That's how tight that window is there. They definitely despawned right after I jumped up. I just fell at the last possible second. I hate my life. We're going to reset those timers. It ain't my jump input. My apologies, guys. Okay. 2 stages to go. We're doing all right. I'm currently out of bullets, though, which isn't a big deal, just a minor inconvenience. Wait on this to come back. All right, final stage. Let's go get it. We got the slingshot here. Stairway to Heaven round 2. There we go. Final jumping puzzle of the game. We gotta try that one again. Come on, you can do this. I actually have to reset that. So it's a very, very small window to get off that final platform. This is why I hate this stage. There we go. And time. I was so worried I was going to be overestimate after all that mess early. All right. So that was Skullmonkeys. And we have saved the Neverhood from a threat they didn't realize was coming. But just a quick moment. What else to do but save the world with the old potato in the tailpipe gag. So yeah, thank you very much. Thanks to RGB LAN for inviting me to join you guys. Thanks to Too Many Games as well. Been a fantastic event. And, next we got Mario 64 16 star. So get ready for that. That's gonna be awesome. Let's go.